Welcome to Mango Minutes. It's a podcast by fajarsidik.com from Singapore. He shares inspiration stories, memories, and moments in his journey 15 years of entrepreneurship. And this podcast is brought to you by makersflix.com. So welcome to the third episode of Mango Minutes. And it's really meaningful because this time around, this episode is about like the whole wrap-up thingy of 2019. So I'm thinking about 2019, like, I want to reflect about, what I did. The whole entire progress thing. I once read like this screenshot of somebody else's Twitter. And somebody posted it on Instagram story and said that, you shouldn't be like chasing after your goals. I mean, you probably will be asking me like, what? Really? Chasing after the goals? No, I'm serious. Like, I don't think so. Like, we should chasing after our goals. And it says something like, I can't really remember, but it goes something like, don't chase after your goals because your after you chase your goals, like you achieve your goals, there will be another goals and another goals, and it's just so difficult to get from one goal to another goals, whether it's small goals, whether it's like a big goal thing. Regardless, you're in a tech industry or design industry, whether you're building the next software or like a software as a services or like product stuff or anything, like, and then it says like, you should actually celebrate or enjoy the process or the progress, because the progress or the process itself is really matters. Like, I think, that's the beauty of it. Like, all these struggles, late nights, and then like fixing the bugs, like trying to understand, like finding all this source code, or like, trying to fix something, just like something. Probably like, all those like tech developers, or for me myself, like a front end developer, like, I will be like, finding code or like solution over like Stack Overflow or something like on Google, or probably reaching out to the community, especially to the indie makers. Yeah. And like, asking questions, like, how do I get this thing done, or so on. And sometimes just takes so much time. Yeah, I mean, definitely, like, all of us went through that stage, right? Yeah, so I read that quote of a screenshot of someone posted on Twitter, but it was a screenshot that was uploaded on Instagram. And I was just, like, viewing it on Instagram stories, and it was just, like, clicking and clicking, just, like, swiping and swiping as well. And I saw it, and it just said that, don't focus on your goals, because for every time you focus on your goals will be another goals. So focus on your progress. So all these small little wins and all this joy, or probably the struggles, you always have this feeling of like, excitement, feeling of, happiness, feeling of, oh, I did this, it's really small and nobody knows, but like you yourself know, like you can do that, or you can like, achieve that. And that's the beauty of that. Yeah, I mean, like I have small goals, like, sometime to build a logo, and I find it like, it's so hard to finish the logo. Yeah. Like, I don't know why, because like I have 10 years or 15 years of experience of designing on the software, but it's just so freaking hard like to ship a logo. Whereas like, I know how to make a logo, simple steps, like, you take a pencil and then just draw it on a piece of paper, and then you scan it over and then trace it over, and then done, and then just put some colors, and that's it, done. You probably have some like icon, and then like just some text that says that the brand name or the company name or the startup that you have, or a project name, and then you can have this slogan or motto, and then you just like compile everything up and just layer everything up, and then just it becomes like a one design thing, like an icon and like text, and then it's just a logo. So I think a lot about like this whole entire process. And like, it's so difficult. And sometimes that's just the first thing, the difficulty of, doing that. I think one of the reason is just like we like got procrastinated or somehow or other, some negativity thoughts. Like we know ourselves, like, when we are creative, or like, as a creative person or someone who is, have like some sort of like skills, or you train, or like, you're knowledgeable at, coding a website or building an app, or like designing on the software. Sometimes you get difficulties of, from one step or one stage or one level to another level, or one, just one to one kind of thing. The next thing is just difficult because of procrastination. There's a lot of things running in your mind, and like, maybe you're worrying about your bills, probably like finance, and probably like you don't even know, like even you have your plans, like even you have your roadmaps, even you have like your, your notes on it, like, all the tasks that you log are probably on a website, like probably on some app or software, but you still can't get it done. Why is that so? So there's a lot of, things that, like negativity, the mental gym. Very interesting topic, like how do you, you work yourself, like in your mental, it's like your mind, like I try to understand this for like, the whole entire year in 2019, trying to build myself up. If you're listening at my first episode and second episode of this podcast, you probably know like what's going on. And then somewhere around like, I think, mid-end kind of year, there was this lady named Anne Laura, and she wrote a lot of articles, like newsletters about, building a mental gym. It's like this newsletter is called Make Her Mind. You can actually go to nesslabs.com, NESS labs, LABS.com. And then like she wrote this whole entire like whole bunch of like about wellness. Like I really like what's written in there. And like I subscribe and I read a lot, and it really helping me out. Yeah. But sometimes there's a lot of difficulties, like we always think about burnout, or having this burnout, and then like anxiety, frustrations. And then I realized there was this another thing, was like having meltdown. So I have this like sudden meltdown, and while trying to achieve my progress, which is my goals, like example, like building a logo or shipping something, like something. And then later on, you get all these social media notifications from like Telegram, Twitter, Slack, and like WhatsApp, and then like the whole other bunch of like notifications. It's already at the end of the year of this 2019, and I haven't really used Facebook a lot. So I recently deleted a Facebook profile because I find that I have friends there, but I felt that everybody's just just doing their own thing. So I don't really bother that much. So like I don't unfriend people, or I don't block people or unfollow people. It's just that I just delete my own Facebook profile. And I felt that Facebook get more complicated, like complicated, yeah, with so many things. Like, so I want to just manage pages probably for businesses, and then just share some content, so I've been making video content, graphic content, and many other more for many years. So I want to be focusing on that. So hopefully in the year time to come, I will be sharing something that could benefit. Yeah. And other stuff, thinking about like what I have done like this whole entire 2019, right? So I was just saying about this whole having a meltdown, trying to get control in my life, like all this frustration, anxiety, stress, upset, like a feeling of this like negativity, like this depression. Like why? So one of the reasons why is like because like maybe I think it's about finance. Like I want to take a break, but I want to be having like money with me so that I can take break while having money the whole entire year. So I didn't really focus on my business, my small business, the sole proprietor, the company. So I have like Euphoria, my first company, and then second is Demand Clothing, and then third is Ilm Productions. So I don't really focus on that. So like people been asking me like, hey, where are you at, man? Like, are you still doing business? Like, dude, are you okay? Like, some people meet me up and like have a chat with me. Some went for coffee and some had dinner with me and just asking like, are you doing okay? I was just telling them, I was just like, I want to take a break. Like, I've been doing this like for almost like, from like 10 years already. It's like, it's really, really just tiring. Yeah. So I've been having from like, stress and then burnout and then like to chronic diseases. I was like having a diabetes and then now like meltdown, all this like health thing while I'm just taking a break. So, thinking about, finance, like how to build my finance, like, how to pay my bills. Like I had some like, like debts, like, bills that I haven't paid for like months. There were times like when I had money, but I just buy groceries, and sometimes I remember like I get stuck. Yeah, I get stuck like buying groceries because I don't really have enough money, but like I want to thank to like the whole bunch of the makers community, like some of them were reaching out to me, but it was like small amount, and then like asking me, hey, can you do this a favor? Like, can you do this design? Can you like, create this? Hey, I want to talk to you about this. I'm seeking for your advice or like, consultation thing or just like some questions. And then they kind of like tip me and like giving me coffee, it's really interesting. So I really enjoy that a lot because I felt that this is really awesome. So, from $5 to like $25, I could actually buy groceries. So I can buy like vegetables, like probably cost me a few cents to like $2. So I remember this one time I was like so broke. It was like the most toughest thing ever. Like I didn't really share it to anybody, which is like now on the podcast, if you're listening, I mean whoever you are. So I went to the wet market just like nearby in my neighborhood and just a few blocks away across the street, and there was this Indian shop that sells like really cheap. So they have these ladies fingers, so I just like pick 5 of it, and then I pick another 5, and it cost me only like 50 cents. So I have like 10 lady fingers, and then I bought onions, which is only cost me like 20 cents. And then I bought like tomatoes, and then I bought like green chilies as well. So all of that cost me only like, I think it was just like $1. Isn't it amazing? But at the same time, when I'm reflecting, like, those were the moments, like, that's the only money that I have. How pathetic. Yeah, but I mean, as pathetic as it is, like, being at this age, like people asking me like, hey dude, like you're 33 years old, like you should be finding job, like a full-time job, probably some remote job or some like contract job. Like why are you not doing this? Like, you should be doing this because like, you should be doing this, honestly. Like, you need to have the money. Because if you don't, and then you will be constantly worrying, and then when you will be like constantly worrying, and then all these meltdowns will start to come. So my concern is always about the bill. So I have probably about $1,000 over of debts of bills. So sometimes I have difficulties in breathing. So sometimes when I'm in front of my laptop and trying to figure out and just do something, like especially my projects, or probably like helping people out, or just engaging with the communities and trying to build my micro startup thing, whatever it is, buying a domain, building it, and probably in 1 year later you get like a email notification that says like, hey, renew your domain, but you haven't really like built the website. It's not a failure, you know. It's not that you can't do it. You just get distracted and then like, you know, you do other stuff. You know, you shouldn't be buying the domain. I don't know. Probably the urge of buying a domain like a www kind, like blah 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 .xyz or .com. Probably like, you know, it's because of you want to be the first to buy and make sure that nobody else get the name. You know, it's really exciting. Yeah, I really get it. Like, you know, you get excited for buying domains and it's really cheap. But you know, when you renew, probably there will be like additional of another like $3, $4, $5. So if you were asking me like which domain provider that I buy from, so I buy from Namecheap. So but I was thinking about right now to switch over to Pokemon. Yeah, probably it's cheaper. Yeah, they know that. And I've been learning about Netlify, Jamstack, Gatsby, all this SSG stuff, and a whole bunch of CMS stuff and serverless, and also no-code stuff. So the whole entire year, like I've been, you know, spending my time learning actually. So it's not that really like, you know, people are just waiting like, hey, you haven't really launched a product, like, you know, why you're not launching any like product, you know, you should be launching and making money and like, but you know, that's probably like, you know, 90% of other entrepreneur, you know, they will be thinking like, hey, I should be making money and everything. Because for me, like, I think it's important to learn and like connect yourself. It's like I'm having my own masterclass. Like if we know like masterclass, or you ever heard of masterclass, it means like you're learning from the best in the world. And to me, like the best in the world, you learn from the best, like, you know, gurus or mentors or someone else who have done it better. And there's so many of them are on Twitter. So like, you know, I have Twitter account. You can follow me, Fajar Siddiq at Fajar Siddiq FS. And I recently also like changed my Instagram to public profile. Yeah, for some reason, like I want to just like, you know, use this and to connect and engage with other people. But like, you know, for Twitter, why is like there's so many people like I can learn, you know, from just reading their tweets and looking at their tweets, like, you know, launching the product, they're launching a website or their app, and you know, probably figuring out some bug or like a new technology or how to use like a product or how to use this, you know, a Jamstack or use something else, you know. And we can learn so many things, you know. A lot of people just like tweet stuff out. Yeah. So, you know, as for me, like, you know, I spend the whole entire year trying to build communities, at the same time engaging with other people online, and focusing on my health, and at the same time trying to figure out like my finances, like how do I fix this. Like at the same time I have the period of time, like, you know, I should be doing this quick as well. It takes months, it's not like, you know, overnight kind of thing, you know. And at the same time, you know, I should be paying my bills and, you know, thinking about, you know, how to move forward. Yeah. And then came along all these like thoughts, like negativity thoughts, like this peer pressure thoughts, you know, when you're already like 33 years old, you know, you should be getting like full-time job. Probably you should be like, you know, be settle down, find somebody like a girlfriend or a woman, and then, you know, probably get married or have kids, that kind of thing. So these are the kind of like, you know, peer pressure that's running in your thoughts like constantly. It's really insane. And I don't even know like how to, you know, like bring this thing out. And then from time to time, you know, I will have this meltdown, and then I have this like crazy amount of like pressure, like not just thinking, like my thoughts are running like that kind of pressure, but my chest, like feeling like this, you know, somebody just like pressing my chest, and it's so difficult to breathe. I don't even know why. Like, how do I do this? Like, yeah. So I figure out. So I started to realize I read and search a lot of articles online about eating healthy. Yeah, like, you know, at times I don't eat healthy is because that I have achieved my, you know, the weight that I want, and I probably lost a few kgs, and then I kind of like gain weight back. So it's kind of like a yo-yo dieting. So I kind of like figure out like, oh my god, this whole entire thing is like I'm messed up. And then this period of time, it was like end of year and it was like raining, so I can't go to the swimming pool. So because there was like raining heavily and showers and everywhere, and like there's like lightning and thunder, so I can't go to swim. So I haven't been swimming for 2 months, and only recently the raining kind of like still going on, but I kind of like just like whatever, just go. And then the raining also is like not as heavy as it is before, like months back. So yeah, I started swimming again, and it was awesome. I do like 10 laps, and then I kind of like just swim, and it was really good. 10 laps is just nice for me, kind of like full body workout. And then I went to like all this calisthenic bar, like where you can just hold yourself like on the monkey bar, or like a pull-up bar, and then you just like stretch your whole entire body. It just works well for those of you who have like meltdown, or like probably difficulty, like a chest pain kind of thing. Okay, you should be eating right, like really healthy food. Like, I'm not preaching here, but like honestly, like go and buy some good vegetables, like low carb rice, and then at the same time like drink lots of water. And yeah, like you have to do a lot of stretching as well, and then you kind of like just have to walk. So I figure out like walking in the park works. Walking from one distance to another distance, like 10,000 steps a day works. And then swimming as well, it works. I don't know for anybody else, so it depends on your BMI or your weight, or like what sort of workout do you like. But you gotta remind yourself, you have to do this, because if not, you're gonna have like all these like crazy meltdown. And this meltdown sometimes you can get really irritable, like you're snapping at others, or probably like just pissed off with others, and then you kind of like self-destructive. Like your behavior is just simply withdrawing from the world, and then you just like shut yourself. Like for me, I'm extrovert online and offline as well when I meet people, so I do speak a lot when I need to, but I kind of like control what I want to share and talk about. But other than that, it's just like some people have difficulties being introvert. But as for me, when I have all this meltdown and stuff like that, so I will become like introvert suddenly, and then just be quiet in myself and just doing my own thing, and I don't really want to like communicate with people. And then you have all these like insecurities, like facing the people that you have met or probably online, and somehow you kind of like help others, and they kind of like achieve their goals as well. And then suddenly you have your lows, which is like feeling down and having meltdown and whatever it is, so stress out, and it's just too hard to share with people. So this is, I think, the most difficult thing. Yeah, like you've been speaking about the good things, positivity things, and then like you've been like encouraging people, and people been like listening to you, like, hey, you thanks to you, you're so supportive. Yeah, I've gave a lot of great advice and great tips. But then I realized that I need it too for myself, and not with me. So I need to talk to somebody else. So there was just this very nice guy out of nowhere, came on Telegram one day, and then was just asking about, he just want to start a company in Singapore. So I shared him just one link, and I was already like introvert. I don't really want to speak so much. And then he's just start asking questions, and then he kind of like went through what I went through. We kind of like have similar issues and problem as well, and we kind of like can relate about some personal thing about life. And he have built like so many projects, and some of it is in progress. And then it's for me, like, I'm on my way to it, and I'm figuring out stuff and building my micro projects. I want to earn my MRR, my monthly recurring revenue. I want to earn more. I don't really make like a lot of money, but that was not the point as well. Like I was taking a break, but at the same time I have the urge of wanting to earn more money, like the goal of just earning money. So maybe like having like maybe $3,000 a month, or probably $5,000 a month, probably will make me like happy. But I don't even know how to do that. Like I know how, like to make money, but like I was just taking break, so I don't know. Okay, so sometimes I go crazy when I felt this meltdown. So there's many factors, like you feel emotionally overwhelmed, and it's stressful sometimes. It's annoying. It's super annoying. So I think breathing works, exercise works, and you need to be talking to people. And if you can't, you need to seek for some professional therapies or like go to the doctor and see that. And you must learn how to relax. Seriously. I don't know what sort of relax, but like lie down on the bed, that's the best. Probably a soothing instrumental or something like a sound effect or a sound like probably a wind blow or the waves are crashing at the beach. You can hear the waves. Probably some birds chirping. Probably walk. You can probably just walk that in the park. You just go to the park. And some people they listen to the music, and some people they do something else, just to get distracted and just finding the mood. But sometimes you just don't get the mood. And then I realized that it's so difficult. Sometimes you just like get caffeinated, like you drink a lot of coffee, and then you're trying to like figure it out. Like you have this addiction. Some people even smoke, but I stopped smoking already for like 4 times and many times, so I don't smoke anymore. So I do a lot of research about staying healthy, have so much benefits, and it can fix so many problems. And I find that so many people who are like really one of the best in the world, like these entrepreneurs, like most of them like get up early, sleep early, eat healthy kind of thing. So I think this is very important. So before you like build all your products, I understand like every person have skills. Like even myself, I have like good set of skills in designing and many other stuff. But like doesn't mean you have like all these skills with you. You think you can just do it? No. If you're not healthy, if you're not in a good state of mind, and all these sudden of like negativity is like sudden meltdown, it won't get you even to the progress or the process of doing things. Even like you get distracted from talking to someone else or in the community and getting notifications and everywhere. It's difficult. Yeah, so I understand this because of my experience. So as for me, like I'm so happy, I'm glad that I get a lot of tipping and coffee this year. So it was amazing using Stripe, and especially buymecoffee.com. Amazing service. And as well as I wish to grow more MRR. So probably watch out for my products and my next project. I'll be sharing it on Twitter and probably on Instagram, or like in the communities, like on Make a Lock or Indie Hackers, a product hunt. And recently I got shadow ban on Hacker News. Probably some comments that I made replying somebody else, but it was just talking about product. But I contacted the moderator, and he was just saying that it was some rules, and I wasn't really clear about the rules. So I kind of like just asked him like, what should I do? Should I delete my comment or content or whatever, And then he just said that he just shadowed ban and nothing much. And guess what? I just figure out like I just delete my account, and I told him just delete, and he said no, your account will still be there. I said, what kind of service is this? Just delete me off, probably create a new account, and just done. It's weird stuff on Hacker News. I really no idea. I mean, if you have experience with Hacker News, you can share with me. I don't know, but like I had this just weird experience about reading books. Yeah, I've been reading a lot of books as well, but mainly just books from Stripe. So they have this like magazines. It's called Increment, if I'm not wrong. Increment. So Increment is a very good book from Stripe. I recommend you to read Increment. So the issue of Increment offers like structural, organizational, or personal approach to building empathy fostering collaboration and growing productivity. So increment book. So I got the book from a Stripe office back in Singapore when I went to one of the meetup talking there were this meetup about Jamstack and a whole other bunch of stuff like Gatsby, Netlify, and how to build a Gatsby store with Stripe as well. So there was so many amazing edition about this increment, and so many issues. So they have the issue 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And for teams, testing, open source. So you can just go to website increment.com and probably get the book, and it's really good. And you can read the book, and I really enjoy reading it. It's really awesome. And other than that, what else? Yeah, I've been drinking a lot of water. Like 1000 ml water bottle is so important. Just keep you hydrated. Yeah. And then getting featured. I think I've been featured in some articles and newsletters, and as well as some social media accounts people are running, like those kind of like interview kind of stuff. So from the makers community, it's really awesome. I'm drinking water right now. So talking about launching products, I launched a few products, but I've helped like a lot of other makers launch products. Recently I helped to write half of the blog, and how does this very thing that I wrote for a friend of mine named Danish. So he got his micro startup got acquired for $22,000. Yeah, for building a index of public APIs. So you can like search all these APIs. It's like a collection of APIs, like 800 over APIs on the website. It's called public dash APIs.xyz, and it was acquired by some millionaire guy. And so I wrote the article for him, help him out like with this revamping of redesign of his personal site, share with him some ideas what to put up, as well as like taking his profile photo, because like my skills is like based on branding and marketing, and as well as like how to create a compelling story. So his article went viral on Hacker News, on Indie Hackers, and also on Twitter. So you can follow him on Twitter. So his name is Muhammad Danish. He's from India, and currently right now he's building his project. And I had some interview with him as well for my upcoming project as well, which is Makers Flicks, so the video thing. Yeah, so you can follow him on Twitter at MD Danish Yusuf. Yeah, so he's building a couple projects like the Tweet Jobs, Public API, which is acquired, and then No Code API, the upcoming one, and which is already launching like in a while. And I just finished editing his launch videos. So I was just making a lot of these launch videos. So if you know that if you ever came across watching my launch videos like I did for other people, like I help other makers to launch their products by creating launch videos, you can actually go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Fajar Siddiq, and you can actually subscribe me there. I've been creating this like 30 seconds or 50 seconds, 1 minute launch videos. Yeah, so I created this video because I want to help other makers to launch successfully. I find that video content is a great way to market for launch videos. Yep. But recently I kind of like messed up in making this video, because like I was delaying because I was traveling, not feeling well, and having difficulties, which is the meltdown. So it was hard for me to speak to anybody. Like I can't speak to any makers. Like I don't know, it's just so hard because everybody else is just so busy. Or probably like to tweet it on Twitter. Probably I get ashamed for myself for doing that. I don't know. So I just kind of like maybe want to like, because I'm an extrovert, so probably I have more things to share. So I want to create this podcast and this episode 3 to share about the difficulties and the struggles, and like not failures, but just like not doing things on time and delaying it. And sometimes you just give promises to people and you kind of like just fail at it, and it just sucks. But you were like, I was going through these meltdowns, and it's so difficult to just ship this or like edit this video. Sometimes I have late nights and trying to figure out so many things. I have to cook food, I have to go to groceries, I have to like clean, wash my clothes, and so many other things, all this daily stuff, because I'm living alone. Yeah. So these are the things that struggling in. It's very important to really enjoy the progress rather than reaching the goals. So if anybody just talk about goals, I mean, it's really interesting. If you completed your goals, you achieve your goals, I want to congratulate you. But somehow or other you have more goals, and yeah, I hope all your goals and dreams come true. Yeah. So other than that, I've been nomading in Indonesia. So I went to this place called Batam, and recently I got registered, and I signed up on nomadlist.com. So if you don't know what's nomadlist, you can check it out. It's one of the largest digital nomads website where you can create a profile and you can add your trips, and you kind of like see where other people are nomading as well, and then you can see them, and then you kind of like you can meet them if you want to, or you can see that other places as well, like the popular places that people nomad. So this website is really useful. It's like made by one of my online maker friend. His name is Peter Levels. He's an amazing dude. He's from the Netherlands. And yeah, so I got onto like Nomad List and just like adding my trips. And other than that, I've been going to Kuala Lumpur as well. So Kuala Lumpur is a very nice place, like because I can speak Malay, Bahasa Melayu. So I like going there and eating Malay food as well, and some Indian food, and going around. I go to cafe places and go and do my work on the laptop, and especially on the public Wi-Fi, and just kind of like just connect and just do something. Yeah, and then just kind of like go from other places. So I don't really like go to co-working places, so I only go to like cafe places like Starbucks, like Coffee Bean, like hotel lobbies, so many other places as well, and one of my place that I ship that was this very nice capsule. It's called the UFO Hotel. It was in Kuala Lumpur. It was really cheap. It's like, I don't know, it's like 30 ringgit a night or something like that. And like I was staying there, and it was an amazing experience. You can see the photo on my Twitter, I guess. If not, you can just Google like this capsule. Like they have this in Japan. Like it's a small space, small room. Not room, it's just like like a mortuary. I don't know how to say. It's like a pod. You just go in there, and then you kind of like just have a Wi-Fi, and then you can kind of like sit down and put a small tiny table and just sit down and just do your thing. And you can just charge your laptop, charge your phone as well, and then they have the small mirrors as well as other things. So if you don't know, you can go to this find capsule hotels. So some of the best places that I've worked, in the past few years as well, is Starbucks, McDonald's, KFC, Subways, community centers, public libraries, shopping malls, hotel lobbies, coffee shops, hospitals. My favorite is Family Mart because they have some nice food. But I went to Japan and as well as in Malaysia, in Kuala Lumpur, and then 7-Eleven as well. And then some 7-Eleven don't have chair and tables, some have. So you gotta find which one is good, but not all. So and then in train as well. So just putting on your laptop and then going from one station to the other station, probably like 40 minutes or 1 hour ride. And then in the park. And then on the bus. And guess what? This is kind of like one of my favorite places. It's actually like the Apple Store. So Apple Store, they have this like, the place where they sell the products, the place where they train people, as in like people who want to use Apple product. And then there's another place, just like an open space where you can just sit down and put your laptop there, and you can kind of like you can just do your work over there. Yeah, so it's really interesting. And yeah, so those are the places that I want to share, like public places that you can work anywhere on your laptop remotely. If you're building your own project, a product, a service, or anything like an online business, or probably working remote like for somebody else's company. So people always ask me like, hey, are you looking for like some work-life balance things just because you want to be a digital nomad? Well, I think the point is that it's not about just work life, as in work life balance. It's more than that. It's like you gotta find something in general. Like you gotta find that balance, like between your health, your finances, like the things you love to do, or the habits that you do have with you. And like if you feel like if you're working a lot, or maybe you're shipping a lot, or maybe you're building a lot, or maybe you're just doing things that you love a lot that makes you happy today, and then you should be feeling okay, no problem, because like I think we should not be trying to find work-life balance. We should be just find balance in general, so other than that, I always think about having my own masterclass, like wanting to be like a person, to guide others, or to share others some knowledge and feedback and some really good thing. I've been wanting to be that person because by nature I'm like a leader by myself. But to be a good leader, you need to be a good follower. To be a good follower, you need to learn. Before you learn, you need to like. There's a common saying say that you gotta empty your cup. Like you just like you gotta empty your mind. You must come with a sincerity heart that you wanting to learn, and you must accept whatever knowledge that that you want to learn and take it as a wisdom along the way. So I always wanted to have my own masterclass, but I don't know how to do that. But maybe along the way I'll figure out. But this is something I want to share on the podcast. Other than that, shout out to my friend from all over the world who are listening right now. Even people back in my neighborhood, even in Singapore, even whoever it is. So I just want to say that it's very important, to support, your friends, your families, whoever around you, because you never know, like a small thing that you do today could create a big impact to people. I get this a lot from other people who is telling me about this, like, hey, thanks Fajar, hey, thanks for for helping me out in this, hey, thanks for saying this, thanks for blah 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 blah. Some of them giving me tips, some of them just like, hey, just good response, yeah. So I feel like it's very important to like give encouragement to people and support people as much as I do, and as much as what I'm going through sometimes when I'm down, because we are human, we are not perfect, and we are always by nature human is weak. So to be strong, you need to find strength, and to find strength you need to basically realize that you need to be surrounded by people so that people can help you to be stronger. But at times it hurts you because like you feel weak. But all these things that hurt you, there's two things. One is, kind of like people leverage on you kind of thing, or make use of you. I mean, that's fine. But it's not like abusive kind of thing. Like some people, they make use of you, but it's like really toxic, and then they kind of like just make you into this situation whereby, you feel really, really hurt like crazy. Like, it hurts your mind, it hurts your heart, it hurts probably everything else. So don't do that to people. It's not nice. I mean, like, it's not good. So there's two types. So you gotta be surrounded. So don't throw anyone or everybody out of your life just because you felt that way. So you still need people around you. You still need to connect with people. You need to engage with people. Talk about the things that you like. Talk about the things that interest you the best. Kind of like fine tuning it. Match yourself with the people that you meet that probably or maybe or should be adding value to your life. Like, a lot of people always looking for benefits, but I think adding value is more important. Like the good ones. Like some benefit like is bad, but I'm looking for the good ones, like value that will help me spiritually or help me in terms of like my work, or probably like coding stuff, designing stuff, or building my business, or connecting me with another person to another person, or to another product, or to another thing, or maybe give me a glimpse, a contrast of my next idea, sometimes. So it's very important to talk to people and talk with kindness and compassion, and as well as respect people, and make respect people time as well. Like, sometimes we don't know people are having a bad time or not in a good time, or a good moment. So don't always speak in a way like, especially when you're chatting with people online, on some applications, just keep on spamming them. That is difficult, man. I can't take that. I had difficulties when people just keep talking and chatting, and sometimes it's too pressurizing. You just have to keep it simple and get to the point what you actually want to discuss. Because sometimes you can just get really uncomfortable. Yeah. So I think it's really important to respect people time, and don't disturb people for some reason. If you have really important, just talk to them what is needed to be. So yeah, and yeah, I mean, so many things that went through the whole entire year. I don't know if I have already shared everything, or should I share everything about 2019. There's probably more things, but I don't know if I could actually just put everything in this one episode. Yeah, but I mean, if you remember what I do, just let me know, like, what I've done. Some people just like remind me, maybe I take photos of them smiling, or maybe I just comment them on something, or give them like being supportive, and then they kind of like reach their goals, their MRR. Or maybe like, I don't know, just like make everything so lively. I mean, that's me. I like to be surrounded and just make everything happening. Yeah. Just like sharing the good vibes, the positive vibes, the vibes that people should be having, and then like not to stress themselves out. Yeah. So talking about money, I hope to be making more money in 2020, of course, because like I have debt to pay for my bills. Oh my god, what the heck. But also, I have met a lot of people this year, like especially from the makers community, as well as some software engineers along the way, and some really nice people that nothing got to do with design and tech community. Someone just met people online, and I've learned a lot of dishes how to cook too as well. Yeah, I learned how to cook vegetables like different ways, like the soup one, and then they have the you can fry the vegetables as well. So I learned a lot of things about vegetables and fruits as well. So I kind of like remind myself not to go and eat all the oily stuff and all the stuff that probably make me fat. I mean, at times I do eat something that is really delicious, but it may seems not healthy, but it's like too much. Probably like I eat more meat, or maybe I eat uh, more seafood. Maybe it's high in cholesterol or something, but it's fine once in a blue moon, not once in a while. But meaning that not every day or week. Maybe 1 month one time, or maybe 2 months or 3 months one time. It should be fine. Yeah. So I mean, we have to know, like like if you're listening this, like if you want to be a maker, if you want to be a maker or creator or hacker, like building stuff, that kind of thing. People always ask me, like, hey Fajar, should I be seeking for investors, or should I be like looking for shareholders or angel investors and VCs and whatnot? Yeah, but for me, I have my own opinion. Like, I'm not looking for unicorn, but zebras, meaning that I want to be independent and bootstrap. So mainly, I am self-employed, so I control my own time, but that doesn't mean like you can drop everything in the middle of like my work day or at night or something, and hang out, because like when you're a maker or like a self-employed or a founder, you require to be like 50 times more disciplined, to be in your daily routine, to be successful and than a normal regular employee, that kind of thing. Yeah, self-employed is so different. Okay, I have some like places, some bucket lists that I have wanting to go. Like, I want to go to Kerala in India. So there's a lot of makers over there. Probably will be asking me, hey, no, why not you go to Bali? They call it the land of the Silicon Valley. Not Silicon Valley, but okay, whatever. So, but I'm not going to go Bali because I've been there like many times. And then some people just saying like, hey, you should go to Chiang Mai. But probably I'm not going there. But probably I'm going to other place in Asia as well. Like probably Brunei. Probably you'll be like asking me, what? Going to Brunei? What for? I don't know. But I felt that is a very good country. It's more peaceful. And then probably I can do my work there and eat some nice food. I like halal food. I only like halal food. So yeah. And then apart from that, I don't know. Any other places that I want to travel? I was supposed to go to USA this year, but I missed my shot because I got diabetes. And then I was out of the budget because I already got a flight ticket and a place to stay, but I probably need a few bucks, but I didn't have it, and kind of like really messed up on that. So I didn't apply visa, and then I got like freak out because I'm a Muslim and I got freak out. You got to go USA, that kind of thing. I don't know. I never been to USA or Europe, so I wish to go there one day. Maybe to the Silicon Valley, to San Francisco, or probably Europe and go to London and probably eat some nice burgers, sandwich, nice vegetables, and meet some makers, founders, entrepreneurs, designers, and really, really talented people who are really persistent at what they're doing, that kind of thing. Not just talented. I mean, nowadays we can see many people who are very skillful and talented. Like people can pick up like 10 skills, 20 skills and master them for many years. And they have so many titles like, entrepreneur, founder, builder, actor, designer, and all the whatever, there's so many. But if you're not persistent, you kind of like suck out. Like me. Like I'm good at so many things, but because I'm not persistent, so for that reason, I'm out. So there's so many other people that I also like to read on their blog. You can just follow me on Twitter. I share them. And there's this guy named Naval. If you know Naval, you should follow him. I like to read his stuff. And it's many other guys like like especially makers, independent makers who are making a lot of money, like 5 figure a month. Yeah, you should follow them. And who else? And what else? I don't know. I don't know how to wrap this thing up, like 2019 thing. And if you were to be asking me, like, what I will be doing in 2020, I mean, I've already take a break in 2019, so 2020, what should I be doing? Ha ha ha. Honestly, like, I didn't have goals because, like, I still have the stuff that I need to complete in 2019. So I want to do my 2019 better, definitely. I mean, to do that, I kind of like delay on it, and some like just not done, just like some to do stuff. So I guess bring it forward into 2020 and hope like everything will fall into place. I don't know. 2020. What does it look like, guys? I mean, if you're listening to me, you probably give me like a million advice. But I don't know what works best for anybody, or for myself, or for you. I really don't know. Sometimes you just have to answer don't know. Because I felt that in life, you know, there will be a good planner. And the planner is the Almighty. The Almighty God, the one God, the only God is the best planner. So I don't want to make any plans. I don't want to have any goals. I already have my to-do stuff, like to-do task list. So I want to be completing it. And there's so many other domains that left behind. I want to be building the website and collaborating with people and, you know, making some nice MRR. I'm just giving you a shout out if you know what I'm building. If you want to support me, you can always donate at buymecoffee.com/FajarSiddiq, or you can just go to my Telegram, chat with me, probably, if I were to reply. If not, then sorry. If I were to be busy or having meltdowns, I don't know, or probably just doing some work, or probably not online, probably sleeping, or probably will be praying. But if you're in Singapore and if you're listening to this, you can always make your contributions at PayNow. So if you have my number, you can actually PayNow me. If you're my friend, if you're not my friend, I'm sorry, you can't PayNow me because I'm not giving my number to you on my podcast. What the heck is PayNow? PayNow is really good. We use this cashless system, like a cashless payment. Yeah. And you make payment. Basically. Just like giving numbers, you can make payment via the bank app. So it's good. I don't know. Should I be doing this, like asking donations? I don't. Donations can be in a many meaning. You know, like it's like Patreon, like support creators, makers, that kind of thing. But another term for donations, like, you know, you do this for charity, you give to the poor and needy. But I'm definitely not a poor and needy, even though I sound pathetically broke, you know, or pathetically not making money this year, but planning to make better next year. So you always have to start small. But that's my another goal, to achieve a good MRR, enough for me to pay the bills. If you're asking me what is nice, like 1K a month, 3K a month, 5K a month, or 10K a month, I don't know. I can't think. But my goal is just like to have like at least 1,000 a month, so you just can pay the bill. So that is realistic based on what happened to me in 2019. But if you're asking me like, hey, you should be reaching 10,000 a month. Well, if I get $10,000 a month, I'll be happy. And probably with that money, I'll probably just help more people and probably help the poor and the needy, and probably something else, something like contribution in a small amount, and probably can build some nice projects as well for, you know, some other people who are feeling stuck. I think that's nice. It's always nice to always like help people. I don't know. people always ask me like, hey, what if you have this amount of money? Hey, what if you're a millionaire or whatever? But honestly, I don't really think about all that. Sometimes you don't need to think about all this money value. You just help with whatever you can, with your skills or the time you have or whatever effort. Just give your hand to help. And you can always do great things in many ways, in the small ways as well. So I spent one whole year as well to actually be part of a MakerLog community. If you don't know what's MakerLog, you can just go to getmakerlog.com. You can log your tasks and chat with other makers in the community, especially developers and software engineers and digital nomads and startup founders as well. So, yeah, I've been supporting them for almost a year, and I'm really glad to use MakerLog. I don't know if I want to break my streaks right now because I felt that I think I should. And other than that, I can just focus on something else. Or maybe I won't be active anymore on Telegram or on MakerLog. I don't really know. Or maybe on Twitter. Because I should be focusing on my companies right now. And probably some of my side projects, which is micro startups, whatever it is that you call it. I hope I haven't really wasted my time the whole entire year, but I've learned a lot of things, especially online. Some takeaways. I think I'm still in the process of learning about Jamstack, about no code. So many no code software like Zapier. Like, there's so many. I don't know how to say this, but it's on Twitter. You can reach out. You can just type hashtag no code, and you can search all these very nice tweets, and you kind of just see all these links, and you can figure out yourself like the software. I'll probably go to producthunt.com, and probably you can find out what no code tools or software people are using to build website or apps or anything. Yeah, I'll be exploring too as well. I hope I have more time and I can do. Other than that, I really enjoy learning 2019. It's been amazing month. Every month. Especially creating impact on others, like helping others. It's just amazing feeling. I don't know why. I'm just happy to see other people happy. I'm just happy to see other people achieving their dreams and goals and whatever. So it's time for me to focus on myself and focus on, achieving my goals. And if you think you want to help me, if you think you can help me now, you can do that as well. And then eating healthy. Yeah. So eating healthy has been one of the best things I ever felt that is so important. And working out and all these small workouts, and just make sure you exercise. Just not doing those like really athlete kind of exercise, but just do something that you just simply exercise. Just move your body, mix muscles and distract yourself. Those are really important, man. Don't just stuck in the office, stuck in the cafe places, stuck in front of the laptop, in front of the screens, on your mobile phones like 24/7. We should be working, right? I mean, like working out, So I feel really grateful for this 2019. I'll remember. This will be the next decade. I mean, a decade have gone. Oh, I don't know how to say that. So, this is the episode of the Mango Minutes, the third episode. And I'm glad that everybody who have supported me in many ways, who had followed me on Twitter, who has chatted with me on the WhatsApp, on Telegram, and Instagram. I want to thank you guys so much, and the people that I met. Thank you. And sorry for all my shortcomings, and sorry for any mistakes or any harsh words or the mean things that I said to people or to you or whoever it is. Or some of the things that it doesn't turn out well, or things doesn't work out as way as it is. I'm really, truly sorry. I hope to do better. and not bigger. If you ever heard this quote, I once read this quote, and if you ever heard this quote, it goes something like, better, not bigger. I kind of like that. If you don't know, you can just Google that, because I always had this feeling of wanting to be perfect in what I'm doing and bigger at what I'm doing, because I felt that, if you get to do that, you feel, you can accomplish your goals. You feel great. You feel good, right? You feel so powerful. But I felt that doing things better is much more important now. So I'll be focusing on that. And so thank you for listening to my episode 3. And for more, you can just follow me and subscribe on Spotify. And thank you so much, 2019. So here goes. So here goes to the 2020. And hopefully, things will just be better. Reach out to me. If you're listening to my podcast, do reach out to me. And do drop by and say hi to me and hello to me. Okay? So take care, everybody. Bye-bye.